What makes a car so much fun? Is it because it can go 200 miles per hour? No. Is it because your buddy is with you and it makes it so much more fun? No, definitely not. Let's talk about this. I don't know about how you were raised, but when I was raised, my favorite game that I would always play with my sister is a car counting. It's easy and it's simple. You say, oh, hey, let's count all the red cars. All right, I see one. Oh, there's a second. Okay, there's the third. Now, about this time, I can imagine you're thinking to yourself, hey, what are your face? What does all this have to do with anything? You were talking about cars, now you're talking about counting cars? I don't understand. Well, give me a minute to explain. Today, we're talking about car games. I don't know how many there are, so don't freak out. But there's about 7 car games that we can play, and I'm going to teach you every single one of them. Alright, and since we already talked about one, I'll go straight to number 2. We already talked about number 1. Number 1 was counting cars. Get it? Got it? Good. Okay, now, number 2. The most famous is I Spy. I Spy, a car game. Yes, I know, it's hard to believe. I spy, with my little eye, a red car. Oh my god! Now hold on, I know you're angry, but just hear me out. Before you go on like, oh yeah, he's just saying things that we all know and have done as kids. No, no, hear me out, let me explain. These are going to get progressively better. The further into the video, the better the car games are going to get, okay? They're not all little kid games, okay? Just watch till the end, okay? Number 3. This one is my personal favorite, and I'm sure it has a place in your heart as well, especially if you're a patrol head. Now, this one, I like to call it checkers. It's when you're weaving in and out of traffic at high speeds. Now, this can be particularly... Now, this is especially dangerous because it is illegal with so many laws. It is also very dangerous because you could get in a car wreck and potentially danger your life and others. 4. Critter Critter is also known for creating teenage strippers. Now, I made that up, but with Critter Critter, some of you know what it is, some of you don't. I'll explain it. Critter Critter, you go onto a road that's very naturey or back roadish, and when you see a animal of any kind, you say critter critter and put your hand on the roof of the car as quickly as possible. The very last person to put their hand on the roof has to take off a piece of clothing. Now, what you may be thinking is, hey, you said these were going to get worse. This one's not that bad. It just seems like a harmless game of whatever, stripping. You said these were going to get worse, though. Now, this one is worse, especially because the driver partakes in this game. Now, I know what you're thinking is like, oh yeah, the driver just wants to see some titties too. It's not that bad. Calm down there. Well, you're wrong. Because with checkers, the driver is in contact. He's focused. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to focus. With Critter Critter, they're taking off their shirt. When you're taking off your shirt, you can't see for a little bit because you're taking your shirt off. It goes over your face when you take it off, unless you're just ripping it off like Hulk Hogan, but I doubt it. So, it goes over your face as you're taking it off, thus making you blind to the road going, say, 40, 60 miles per hour. Unless you stop to take it off, then I guess this is harmless. But, typically, no one stops to take a shirt off. 5. Number 5 is chicken. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Well, what does a chicken going bog bog have to do with this? No, not that kind of chicken. Wisen up. You use your brain. It's not that kind of chicken, okay? Chicken is where you take one car and you take another car and they drive towards each other head on until one of them pulls away. And if one of them doesn't pull away, you want to know what happens? They crash. They crash into each other, and this is a game that America plays. Well, I guess not just America. Worldwide, people play this game. Granted, it's not very often, but they play this game, and people have died from it. Multiple people have died from this, I should say. 6. Alright, and number 6 on our list is Connect 4. Connect 4, but what does that have to do with cars? Isn't that a board game? Not that kind of Connect 4. Why would I be featuring this kind of Connect 4 in this video where people have died already? In number 5, people were doing head-on collisions. You think I'm gonna do a little board game? And no, no, no. Connect 4 is a very acquired taste, if you want to call it that. Connect 4 is where you take your super fancy car that you just got off the lot and you crash it. And you try to make 4 contacts with other cars. Now, many people have done this unintentionally, and they didn't realize that they were playing a very high-class game. Now, this game is very costly, alright? This game will cost you thousands of dollars, okay? I personally play this game all the time, okay? 7. And the final game we have for you, that makes 7 games in total, is Clifford. Clifford, not the big red dog, but an even more extreme version of Connect 4. This game features awesome stunts such as movie stunts, or maybe you tried to drift and you just didn't get that traction that you needed. This is Clifford. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit that like button. It would not help me whatsoever, but it would be cool to see, and I would praise you as a god. Hey guys, if you made it to the end of the video, I would just like to give you a big thanks for watching the entirety of the video, and I honestly can't thank you enough. I hope you have a great day. Bye.